episode 216 of Masters of the Forge. My name's Adam. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Adam. Hi, everyone.
And with us we have Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hello, everybody.
And with us we have John. Hi, John.
Hey there.
John. John, you're the reason we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is an intervention.
This is an intervention.
I realized walking in all the chairs that were set up.
Yeah.
Everyone looks really concerned.
We got to talk about that unpainted,
Paranoid.
those unpainted models from yesterday.
Yeah,
Everyone's got the
those
same
unpainted
And the
expression.
pun issue, too.
The pun issue? Oh.
Yeah.
So this episode is just going to be a quick conversation about the event that we just attended this weekend. There will be no proper topic for the end of the month, but because we're tired.
It's funny. It's a bachelor party, but it was really like a tournament, a small tournament. Because,
Well,
Yeah.
So
In the
here's
woods.
the thing. In the woods.
In the woods.
So let's go back and
with
talk
men that
about,
I met on the internet.
Matt, yes.
And bears.
Bears. Lots
So-
of bears.
so
There were
I'm
a
gonna go-
lot of bears. So let's dial
alarming
it back
number.
to the beginning of the story. The beginning of the story is when John had me over and invited me to be his best man at his wedding. And my first thought was, he's telling everybody that they're the best man so that they show up to his destination wedding.
You know, that would have been a great grift.
Yeah.
Man.
The second thought was, okay, he picked me because he wants somebody to plan a bachelor party that he'll actually like. My third thought was maybe it was just, he was actually just being nice and likes me, but I'm pretty sure it was the second thing.
He just didn't want like everyone to show up with like 40 pounds of bacon.
Yeah,
And
that's
that'd be
fair.
it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of a good point. So we'd done Geekends before. We've talked about it before. And usually my buddy Jay was the one who manages our Geekend trips, and we've had this one location for years that we love. So I said, well, what if we were to do a cabin in the woods for the weekend, and we won't have hookers and or blow, but we'll play some Warhammer and stuff. And you seem pretty amenable to that, right, John?
Yeah, I mean, when I asked you to be the best man, you turned around in the basement and you said, well...
The basement?
Yeah, it's where I think where I asked you, we were playing a game.
Yeah, it's a sex dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, everyone's got one at Clifton Park.
Yeah.
But you said, so you want a 40-something-year-old man to plan your bachelor. We're going to be in bed by 9:30, and I said, oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds so great. Thank you.
It's so weird that my life was like, 9? Yeah, I'm just getting out of a concert. You guys go to bed before 1? Oh, wow.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Like last night I was like.
Oh, yeah, you passed out, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were in the basement, and you said and I said sure, and but I was like, we're gonna definitely do some old people because
It was amazing. And I think at one point about a month and a half ago, you said, hey, your bachelor party is pretty much just a Warhammer tournament in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And I said, that's great. I'm down with that. Just don't have a painting requirement, please.
Yeah, that's a little brutal. Anyways, so we had about 15 people.
Yeah.
We invited, most of the people who were invited came, and we had 15 people there. 14 people because someone got sick.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jared.
Yeah.
F in the chat for Jared. But we had a lovely time. So the first day we got there, we were able to set up a little bit early, and they have a really nice garage that they've converted into a game room.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
Love that game room.
Yeah, it was really nice. I was a little concerned about putting Warhammer on the pool table, but we pulled the cover off. We're like, yeah, they don't care. They don't care if we play Warhammer on this.
That was some pretty hard felt. You've gone through a lot.
Yeah, those balls move fast. And a fun story: if you ever are hoodwinked into putting a billiard table in your game room and you're significant others like, no, we're gonna do manly stuff now. A new 44 by 60 mat fits perfectly.
Yep.
On a billiards table.
Absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's that. Yeah. So we got 3 tables set up in the garage, and we got 3 tables set up on the patio. At one point, we were using most of them. I think we were not using one table.
All 3 of the patios were being used, and one in the garage.
Yeah, because the patio is nice because you could actually see the lake and stuff from the patio.
Yeah.
We're up on a hill.
We had a couple guys celebrating via certain smokable substances that are totally legal and fine.
In New York State, yep. And also just to tobacco, people were outside.
Cigars.
Oh yeah, there was some cigars.
Cigars. And it was a good setup.
You had like this really nice, like, not a really heavy breeze, but like you had a nice little breeze while you're out in the patio.
Oh yeah, because we're on the side of the mountain, right? So, well, at least we're on the side of like the valley there for Lake George, and we got a real nice breeze on the side of the mountain there. So that was fantastic. Friday night, we mainly just set up. We ordered pizza because nobody wants to move into a cabin and then cook food. That's just the worst. So we got pizza the first night from a nice little place in town. Trailhead Pizza, I think it was, in Bolton. Yeah. And we played... Oh dear, yes, we played Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totally did not go inappropriate whatsoever.
Oh,
no,
never. Yeah.
Never.
No.
I think Cards Against Humanity is a really nice, like, icebreaker. People can really get to know each other really well with that game.
and we're sitting with the champion right here.
We are sitting with the champion.
Oh,
Congratulations, Mike. Yay.
Oh,
you are the worst of us.
I am. The Canadian is the one that's the most toxic of all of us.
Yeah, there were some humdingers.
Yeah, there were some.
It'd been a while since I played cards because in our group of friends, we just have stopped playing it because it's just...
You guys know each other.
Yeah, and it's not as funny anymore and stuff like that. So
the last time I played was against y'all online during COVID.
Yes, we did play Cards Against Humanity during COVID. That was fun. My cousin Aaron and just a big. It's most fun when you get a bunch of people who haven't really spent a lot of time together, and you spend a bunch of time with each other and realize, wow, everyone is garbage.
Yeah,
everyone is trash, and that's fine. Unless they get insulted and they walk out. Or unless their parent just passed away a week ago and you make a joke about dead parents. Some people do that. You won that day, I'm pretty sure.
They say victory is its own reward. No one told me, so when nobody told
I
thought it was the perfect card, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny," and then everyone started
at all costs.
Everyone started crying, and I was like, "No, this is funny." And then I was like, "No, oh no, am I the monster? Am I the bad guy?"
Wait, you didn't lose just your mother, but your father as well?
Well, the card was there's a lot of blank in heaven, and I had the card like dead parents, and I was like, yeah, there's probably a lot of those.
That's literally there. It might not be that funny, but I'll play it.
Yeah. Like I just like toss it out, like there you go, and then I made it awkward and weird. That was what, like 8-9 years ago.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Oh, good.
Long time ago.
Good. It's still hurting you.
Yeah. Think about it once a day, just like Rome.
After we played Cards Against Humanity, we played Jackbox games. And that was a lot of fun. I think some folks hadn't played it before and were confused about what Jackbox games were, and maybe the title. What's really great is Mike shutting the top of that case. Like, he didn't have to. He didn't have to make that noise, but he did. He went with it anyways. I appreciate your commitment to the bit, Mike. That's really cool. Thank you. He bought my son a Bluey doll like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, the straw's going in and out of the cup now to make the sound. That's gonna have to be edited out.
What?
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm not editing.
Anyways, we played Jackbox games, and I'm pretty sure some of us almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Jackbox,
Thoughts and prayers.
the T-shirt, especially, that one was just like, it was a great icebreaker.
Well, yeah, and everybody can just sit around and be drunk and have fun and not have to deal with picking up a board game at the end of the night.
Yeah,
exactly.
You just get to sit there and on your phone, but you're not on your phone alone. You're on the phone together. And the best part is, it's actually kind of a pain in the ass to like use your phone for dumb phone stuff while you're playing. So everybody's on their phone, but nobody's on their phone doing phone things. Everybody's engaged. So that's what I like about that.
Drawing or voting.
Writing
slogans.
Or laughing so hard you almost pee on the couch. That would be very expensive.
Yeah, a lot of us were crying. We were laughing so hard at a couple of those
Tears
T-shirts
falling out of our face. Yeah. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is like, that's a humdinger. That's got the TKO. It's got Guespionage. It's got a few
Murder Mystery
the
Party.
Murder Mystery, which is cute. Yeah, it's got some good ones on there.
Quiplash.
Oh God, it's got Quiplash on it.
Yeah.
That's a winner. So, anyways, and we did that the night after, but Saturday was the big day. Saturday, well, you just started a new job, and it's super pricey, and it. When one of these weekends goes too long, it starts to get a little... start to get sick of it. So having one big day was actually pretty nice. Worked out perfectly for us.
Yeah.
And I was able to get up and I made omelets. And
that was a damn good omelet on that. So.
Everybody seemed to be impressed with my ability to whip it good. And
I heard that they were excellent.
Anyways, Dave brought donuts. That was nice. We had way too much food.
Oh, and bacon.
Yeah.
That
when
bacon was amazing.
The bacon. The bacon, the right
really
bacon
good.
from Sam's Club. I find that's better than bacon from like a butcher. I don't know what really cut to ask for at the butcher to get the same, because it's real. That right bacon is real good, especially for the price. It's like $24 for like a big double pack. I left half of it at the house.
Okay.
It's very sad. Anyways, it was good bacon. It was good donuts, and they had a sweet new coffee maker. Very excited about that. Drink coffee. But the moment you woke up, I started goading you into our hike.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I haven't been able to go on a hike in 2 years because
you're broken all over.
Yeah, I broke my foot and tore a whole bunch of my tendons right before the start of one summer. Yeah. And then last summer, I decided to go back to grad school and do that. So that was fun.
Yeah.
So this was my first time.
But now you're a super admin.
And now I'm part of the administratum, sir.
Yeah, you are now part of the administratum.
The brave administratum.
Yeah. So yeah, we got laced up, and one of the other great things about this location, it's literally like you could walk to the trailhead for one of my favorite hikes of Lake George, because I probably shouldn't reveal location. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Anyways, it's just a 4-mile hike up and down the mountain, and it's a nice view it's a good payoff for what you do. Yeah. It's short.
And it was perfect too, because since I had broken my foot, I had the surgery, I had everything repaired, but I've been trying to get in more steps. I've been trying to get it to where I felt like I could go on hikes again without it being nervous about it.
Yeah.
And going up and down that mountain, it did hurt a little bit after the fact, and it's definitely sore, but I feel like I can actually do it now.
Good.
Are you going to close the cookie, Ben? There you go. That was good. That was good.
Oh man, the compressor's gonna hate
Look at that! Look at that spike. Good job.
The compressor's gonna lose its mind.
Well, I'm glad that that little hike is if you were to say, hey, what do you recommend for a hike for getting back into it? That would be the one I would say.
Yeah,
that's the one I would suggest. So I'm glad we did that.
And it felt good too, because in my mind, I thought I was really going to struggle up the side of that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for one of you guys to toss me a rope. But I was able to kind of keep a consistent pace, so I guess I wasn't as out of shape as I thought I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and the Adirondacks are wonderful for hiking because you can get really good payoff views without climbing, without, like, technical climbing.
Yeah.
They're all hikes. A lot of them have elevation. I mean, well, obviously they have elevation, but they have significant elevation gain, but at the end of the day, you're still just walking. There are very few mountains that don't have an approach that lets you just hike to the top. There are some approaches that are serious, that are very serious, and you have to be careful. But you just have to do your research ahead of time and make sure you're going up the correct approach for your skill level and your physical ability. So yeah, I'm glad we did that. That was really nice with Antonio. We talked about school and we talked about Warhammer. I don't think he's sold quite yet on Warhammer, but we'll see.
We'll get him there. We'll get him there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a gaming PC. I think his wallet's not sold on Warhammer. Let's be honest.
Oh, and I'll see if I have some extra Space Marines at home. Like, here, first one's free.
Yeah, first one's always free.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, yeah, we had a really good time there. One thing I wanted to talk about before we dived into that was the success of a Geekend type thing. It hinges on planning.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time when guys get together for a gathering like this, they have a tendency to avoid planning because they want people to think that it's going to be a fun time where they don't have to they don't want to have restrictions. But structure exists in the world for a reason. And a lot of the time, lack of structure doesn't necessarily mean fun.
It means 40 pounds of bacon for an entire weekend.
I think that speech was given by one of the bad guys at the end of a Marvel movie. Right?
Was it? Okay.
Structure. But I mean, you're right. If you don't tell people, hey, this is what we're doing at this time, this is what we're going to look at doing this time, you can have a lot of wiggle room. Like our hike went over a little bit because we took a different trailhead back down. But as long as you have a little bit of leeway, I think having that structure is huge.
Mm-hmm. Plan who's bringing what food. Plan who's cooking, who's doing what activity. You know, not like, okay, you're signed up for this, you're signed up for... No, more like, all right, we need people to bring games. What games are you bringing? What games are you bringing? Not like 8 people bring a copy of Cards Against Humanity. Right, and that's a waste of space in your flight and stuff like that. So, okay. While we were hiking, Mike and Jason, you played a game.
Huh? Yeah.
I got Mike to play a game.
Right, I
got Jason to play a game.
Okay. So, yeah, we played
2,000 points each.
Yeah, it's 2,000 points each. Sorry, I'm blanking. I think this is my first in-person game of 10th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was technically we used the Leviathan deck, but we quickly forgot about that stuff.
Oh yeah, that went away real quick. Match play isn't the way I go.
You took your 1,000 Suns, and I took my Coalition Space Marine, all my chapters army.
Yep.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's becoming Ultramarines as I kind of just started funneling down on doing primary color Ultramarines, but there's like a unit of Raptor Instigators, or I forget what the little infiltrators, that's what they're called, and Minotaur Blade Guards, which were doing a fantastic job guarding the Ultramarine captain. Surely nothing will happen with them in their presence.
No, I'm sure everything will be fine.
Iron Hands, Intercessors, yeah, it's just like a whole bunch of different chapters. kind of roped together. But yeah,
And it looks really cool too. Like we were talking about it. It's almost like the Indominus Crusade as an army.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was really neat.
it tends to.
Yeah, I can see it as being kind of what you oftentimes you'll see in a lot of the old lore. Sometimes you see different chapters that work together on different campaigns for different reasons, and sometimes they would have their own camo, like that Crusade camo.
Yeah,
but I could definitely see them like kind of not. It's not a Death Watch, but it's kind of a similar thing where the different chapters are getting together to do something.
Well, and also like, so a lot of this rotates around Bad Dad, right? That's kind of like my strong focal point.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of those other like weird camos come from. The Bad Dad War,
Yeah, specifically.
And so specifically, like you think about something like the Tiger Claws never had enough to really form a full battle force, so you'd always see them in support of Astral Claws. So you would see, like, so it wouldn't be unusual to see like a force of Astral Claws with like maybe 2 units of Tiger Claws attached, right? And so like that's the idea is this Bad Dad War. It's like where you had like everything coming in piecemeal, and so you would have these Firehawks working with these, Nova Warriors or something. Yeah,
Nova Marines. I forgot about them. Yeah.
I love 100% of that. So what did you do for your mission? You started off trying to do a match.
Yeah, we did the ritual again, which I think you guys have done on...
Yeah, we did that. Was that our first game we did the ritual?
Probably. Yeah, because it was the first game of 8th. And we were like, oh, look, we're doing... Or 9th, and we were like, oh, look, we're doing the first game of 10th with the ritual again.
We did the ritual. I literally didn't care about the rules, because whenever I play Mike, I always just... forget the mission. It's like, all right, where's your librarian?
So your goal became, I purposely brought the new Terminator librarian, which I quickly whipped up as fast as I could. Didn't get him done, unfortunately. But anyways, and then I realized after the fact that by bringing a Terminator, when I had no other Terminator units, couldn't attach himself to a unit. So he was just hanging out there with his force axe in the wind.
Well, I kind of just treated him like he was part of that. Well, that first shooting, I didn't treat him. I treated him as like by himself, and I was like, okay, I'll just think of him.
Yeah, you just tried to gun him down where he stood.
That's right.
Sure.
I did.
And then I decided my goal was to take down Magnus the Red.
That's
and
cool.
I got Armin in the process too.
You can tell me Thousand Suns player. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and kill Maggie. He's right there. No, just aim all right there. It's fine.
I'll put up a big like targeting reticle for you. And so did he took out Magnus and
I would say barely. Like it felt like there was a moment where I lost my knight. Right, Magnus the Red took out my knight. We even allowed me to cheat and use a Imperial Knight because I had him attached as an ally. They have the Imperial Knights have their own one, including one where basically he gets to take a swing as he's going down, kind of thing. And I said, "Do you mind if I just use a CP just to use this so I can
do it?"
And he completely whiffed and just didn't do anything to Magnus Red. So it's just like, oh, well. But he did blow up, and I think actually that probably did the most damage.
Yeah, it knocked him down to like 4 wounds or 6 wounds.
Yeah.
So it hit him pretty hard.
But my MVP actually ended up being the Redemptor, Dreadnought. They aren't kidding about that guy. That guy just kind of soldiered up and started punching Magnus in the dick like multiple times. Until he's like, oh, I can't take it.
So in that's what took him down. Finally.
Yeah, that's what could. And then Armin charged him, and he punched Armin. Right. Well, no longer in the dick because Armin. So punched Armin in the head and basically took him out. And then,
oh my gosh!
So I was like, "Wow, little Redemptor, you go, boy!"
I thought Armin had enough in the tank to take him out, but he didn't.
Yeah,
and he's got that force weapon. That thing does some damage, but
I whiffed on the.
Also, shout out to all the new Dreadnought designs. They got very much a bod dad kind of look to them. Kind of looks like they got a big paunch on them, and I appreciate that. Thank you for
the representation.
Yeah,
it's nice to have representation.
It's important to be able to see yourself on the table.
That's right.
And when he shines so well, I'm just like, yes, that's right. Even me, a fat guy, can go out there and live their best life.
Love that. I love 100% of that. Yeah, I played a game when we got back. We took some showers. Got clean. That was nice. Did anybody ever loan you any body wash, John? Are you still disgusting?
Yeah, my
Future
brother-in-law Eric
he's a
handed
nice
off
man.
a few. Yeah, he's a good dude.
He was pretty good at Cards Against Humanity.
I was afraid we were going to scare him off.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He seemed a little frightened because he was the only one that's like, nice to meet you. See you later. And he darted by me really quick, and I went, oh yeah, I guess it's because I'm wearing the anime shirt, isn't it? It's kind of scary.
We're scared. We are scared of anime shirts.
We play Cards Against Disney up north with Colleen's family. So he's used to it. He's used to the Cards Against Humanity. What town is their thing in? They live in Rouse's Point, which is
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's right near Champlain, right on the U.S.-Canada border.
Ching. Anyways.
Yeah,
okay, so I played a game with Joe. I did a match play game because I wanted to try out against Eldar.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why your teeth were all over the floor.
Yeah, that's why I had two fists all over the floor.
You were sitting on an ice pack and I was trying to figure out
I had no teeth left. I was wondering why Mark wanted me to sleep next to him, in the bed next to him. So anyways, we played a game, and we also played the ritual, but it was the match play ritual.
Yeah, I didn't care. I thought it was what the rules
I made a lot of objective markers on the table, but yeah, I made a lot of I made one or two kind of dumb mistakes. But the only thing I saw about the Eldar right now that annoyed me were the warp spiders. Their flamer attack is just dumb.
Well, flamers seem to be strong this edition, like flame weapons in general.
Yeah, but those ones are. With the fact that they can do mortal wounds or do
they're
devastating wounds.
It's a cloud of monofilament water.
Right. No, and I don't mind it being really good. So I asked him, "Is that unit of 5 300 points?" And he goes, "No, it's their 105."
Whoa!
No, I was joking about the 300 points, but 105 seems kind of low for what those guys do.
Yeah, but they should fall over to a stiff wind because they're only one wound.
They do get hit pretty hard, yeah. They are T3. Okay. And an army that has guns probably could kill those guys pretty easily.
Yeah. Your problem is you need to charge everything.
And I have to move and then move again and then charge. All three of those actions allow them to shoot me for free.
Listen, I want to just announce my campaign, which is make great orcs great again.
Yeah.
And that means not just the Gorka faction. That means the Morka faction. Yeah. Bring back Shuda Boys. Yeah. They should be Weapon Skill 3 and Ballistic Skill 3, I think. Just like the old orcs used to be.
Oh, the second edition, Ballistic Skill 3.
Yeah. So they should be hit on the 4
Those models look like they have Ballistic Skill 3 because they were looking down their sights.
I know.
They're all
they were actually
those orcs should be still.
Aiming like they're this part of the
this general.
Make them a little more scrawnier, not quite as big as the big
Yeah, it is a shooting game, and orcs don't do that. But I had a lot of fun. Learning that, and that is totally fine. Now, while I was playing a game, you guys were all playing a game.
Yeah.
You were playing Warhammer 40,000 together.
Yeah.
Tell me
First
how
time
that
in
went.
a long time.
At one point, someone said, John is in there not playing the game, but he's just giving orders to his minions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well,
everyone else
set it up. Tell us how it started, Mike.
So just to wrap up, so Jason stole my librarian, and we decided that Jason somehow brainwashed what remained of my forces, and we joined forces to then fight off the Imperial Guard that were coming behind the Space Marines.
That sounds amazing. I love that.
Anyways, so enter John, but he has his friend Antonio and his future brother-in-law Eric there. Uh-huh. Neither one play for Warhammer 40K, so he said, you should be the general, John, and give orders to your two majors or colonels or whatever, which are Eric and Antonio. But they're the only ones that can touch your models or roll the dice.
When you said someone else rolled the dice for me, I was like, bet.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I might do better on this one.
Very much so. So that was kind of cool. It was it reminded me a lot of back in the day when we used to do the big APOC events at Mark's store.
Yeah.
Where you'd have one person be like, this is what we're going to try to do. You'd aim for this objective. You do this.
Yeah.
So what was nice is Eric and Antonio both don't play, and they kind of look like they were a little bit. I could see them kind of feeling like they were a little bit like left out because here's the rest of us nerds like huddled around playing with the little men together.
Yeah, they did seem like they, after the hike and everything, they did seem like they weren't really doing much.
And that was an amazing way to get them kind of involved. Antonio got super into it. I could see Eric getting excited about it too. So sorry to my whole in-law family for bringing Warhammer to your family now. Sorry.
Francis was cool. He got a game of Catan and another board game.
And then he
going.
stole your subordinates.
Stole your subordinates. So what mission did you guys play? People want to know.
We just threw a bunch of objectives down and just rolled dice. It was just for fun.
Yeah, at that point he could tell Jason and I were kind of like half checked out.
Well, yeah, you just played Warhammer.
Yeah, and like as 40 something after one game, I'm good for 6 months.
Yeah. Until you come here again.
Yeah, basically, right. And so I was kind of getting sleepy, and Imperial Guard kind of feels like I kind of looked at the rules very briefly. I knew nothing now hit greater than a 4-up, and he's telling me, oh no, they're actually hitting on a 3-up, re-rolling ones. And they have +1 damage, and and they're lethal hits, and I'm like, just stop! I don't care. No, whatever. Oh, you blew up one of my tanks the first turn. I don't care. Whatever. I got super salty.
It was so with the new guard, on paper they don't look super great because your weapons are all 4s and 5s, like across the board. You're like, wow, this is great. Thank you. A shooting army that hits so little of the time. So there's a lot of ways to boost their AP. There's a lot of ways to boost their ballistic skill. So like, for example, the artillery platforms are ballistic skill 5. Cool. But they have a heavy weapon. If you shoot a heavy weapon and you stood still, which you did because you're an artillery platform, now you're +1 to hit. All right, sweet. Now you're hitting on 4s like everybody else. However, if you give them the take aim order, which is literally try using the aiming, it now doesn't improve your. I think it's like doesn't give you +1, but like improves your ballistic skill. So now you're hitting on 3s. So they can be used
in conjunction since they're not both a bonus.
Exactly, and then if you have a sentinel, scout sentinel to light up a target, you're not getting any minuses on your to hit with artillery out of line of sight. And you can reroll 1s. So it's an army that very quickly becomes really good at shooting.
And if you have a guard detachment, you forgot the important thing. The rule is,
if
they stand still, they also get lethal hits, which means every time they're rolling a 6,
they automatically wound.
They automatically wound.
Which it takes something like a basilisk that's, I'm going to sound terrible here, only strength 9.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about trying to kill vehicles and stuff.
Exactly.
But you think about like how many shots does like a wyvern get? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're dropping now, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I am going to roll these. I don't know. It used to be 4d6. I don't know what it is now. Yeah. Shots I get. I'm going to roll these 4d6 shots on this, this tank over here, which normally they'd all bounce off. But when you're just fishing for 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Guard is really good at chip damage, I've noticed, and that's kind of why I went away from the Baneblades, because Baneblades, I always felt you either had a game where you never had a game where everyone had fun. It was either, man, they sunk my Baneblade turn 1, and I'm sad, or, wow, that Baneblade ran over your whole army. Thoughts and prayers. I'm so sorry for what I've done.
Bane of your existence.
Yeah.
Bane.
Wow. I managed to finally get one pun in.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you for that.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's got a drink. Thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the rule of the weekend was you take a drink if there's a pun. But we didn't say it had to be an alcoholic drink.
Yeah, that would have killed a lot of people.
It got people drinking the water.
That was a wise move.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad you guys got another game in, especially between the three of you.
Oh, and then towards the end of the game,
we got to mention this.
The game was basically decided. John just pretty much shot us off the board.
John's like, oh yeah, thank you for shooting that off the board. Now I'm going to bring it back for two CP.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, it's coming in behind you.
Yeah, because Deep Strike.
Well, since the whole weekend was about John and he was the center of attention, he was feeling alpha male tendencies, and testosterone was just
It was rough.
And
It was
so
rough.
much so that he's pushing me down onto the table. And
And next,
anyways, Jason got a little feisty himself because he saw me getting too salty, and he's like, you know
yeah,
what?
you were getting pretty salty.
Fuck you! And Iron Man comes and attacks my guys.
Yeah.
So of course, as everyone knows in role-playing games, when you're confused, the moment that the enemy strikes you again, you're no longer confused. You're like, what the fuck have we been doing this whole time? Oh, excuse me. Sorry, you're gonna.
We're not editing this.
Wow.
I'm not editing this.
Language.
Well, my other podcast I can swear on. That's why I'm sorry. Anyways, we turn and take aim, and I'm like, no. And so I had a mentor's lieutenant. Sorry, you're right, lieutenant. With my guys, my heavy intercessors, and so Armin came to snatch him away from my army, and so my Redemptor's like, no, charging over there, trying to stop him, but he got away.
Yeah.
Basically with so not only did he make off with my Terminator librarian, he made off with my lieutenant.
Yeah.
Mentors.
Wow. And you know, that game, it got really close turn one. It
Oh,
could have.
God, really?
Well,
On turn
hold on.
one, it got close.
I realize now how bad that sounded. I left a giant hole in the back line.
Okay.
That you
So
had,
you're saying you made a huge tactical mistake and easily pivoted on it immediately?
which is what I usually do. I make tactical errors. You dropped not one but two demon princes in my backfield.
Yeah.
I was able to overwatch and get one with one of the Dorns,
Yeah.
but the other one,
Just standing there,
You-
ready to roll.
the only reason that game didn't go the way, because I had my command squad,
I failed that charge.
Yeah.
If I had
that
made
is a
that
bummer.
charge,
Oh,
I
you would
had-
have started eating through your
I,
line.
and I had Leontis in that squad
Yeah.
too, so that would have been
Oh,
all of my
jeez.
orders.
She would've
Admittedly, it
torn
wasn't
through that
a super
way.
reliable because it's a 9-inch charge, right? Because you
Yeah.
got to drop at least
Yeah,
9 inches away.
yeah.
But
Both demon princes had lived. That
Oh,
would've been-
yeah.
that would've been
yeah.
up to
Yeah.
3 charge rolls you're rolling, which is
Mhm.
you're gonna probably get.
Yeah, someone's going to get in somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And start really.
It'd been nice if the
But then the moment he failed that charge, you're a leaf blower, and so you blew those
I got
titty
blown
leaves
off that.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross. Well, I'm glad you got to win a game, John. That's nice. I'm glad these guys let you win.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry. I was
definitely
salty
felt like they were
about
letting
your
me.
victory.
We-
Oh, you weren't salty. You're
I took
fine.
just the strangest list. It was like Maggie, Armin,
Yeah.
and one demon prince and one flying demon prince. It's like, you know what? 4 cards. I don't care.
Can we
This is easy.
can we talk about this demon prince?
You want to talk about the demon prince?
Can we talk about the demon princess?
Well, we're not editing this, and it's gonna have the explicit tag. Okay, go ahead.
So yes, this is what we refer to so affectionately as the titty demon.
Yeah.
And
It's
why?
the creature
Why?
caster.
Yes, creature catcher. That what did you? For some reason, I don't see the nipples on there anymore. What happened to those nipples?
Oh, I painted them silver and made them caps
Okay.
because there's no reason for me to even try and think of what the skin coloration would be.
Now,
I say let your nipples go.
I mean,
You
demon
know.
net hide.
I have to ask you. You bought that at Adepticon, right?
Uh huh.
You
oh,
flew,
yeah.
You flew home from Adepticon, right?
Uh huh.
Did they look in your bag at the airport?
No, they don't look in my bag.
It's okay.
Did they X-ray and just see that and just go let them through? It's fine.
I haven't taken that thing through the X-ray machine yet. I'm going to on my flight back because the arm did break off, and I want to make sure that. Well, it glued back. It was easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it glued back. You can't even tell where the break was, so I don't have to repaint anything.
So my goal now is I got to come capture the titty demon, and then I'm going to get my own titty demon and put a little leash and have like an Ultramarines chaplain leading it around by a leash or something.
I'm sure
I
Creature
like
Caster
the
would
idea.
like that.
I like the idea better of the demon leading the chaplain around.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well it starts the one way but it ends the other,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
then suddenly they all become Emperor's children. I don't know why. It's just weird happening.
Escalated very quickly.
Yes.
It is a cool model, though. I mean, it painted up really easily.
Yeah.
It's like a real easy paint. It was more difficult to put together.
Yeah, I think Slanesh models are not too bad in general, just because of the scheme, all the colors. There's not a lot of contrast. Everything
this
kind
one-
of blends together.
This one's a Zinch model, quote unquote.
Oh, it
So
is.
like
yeah, that's
Radiant
right.
Magic
It's
or
just
something like
Zinch doing a little bit of Slanesh on the side.
Okay.
You know,
Well, Creature Caster doesn't need an excuse to
Yeah,
do
no,
this.
it's a little bit of erotic Zinch. It's okay.
Eroticism to their models.
It's
Yeah.
a really cool model. So
So that's fun. I'm so
So
glad you guys
Fulgrim.
got a game. We already talked about Fulgrim in the last episode. We're not going to
yeah,
talk about
I'm
it.
not going to
again.
talk about 30k.
God
Fulgrim.
damn it.
Oh, that was the
God.
funniest thing, though.
What a
You
roller
guys
coaster.
on that chat, everyone's so excited. You
I
can
even
hear
called
the
it.
joy in their voice.
Called it.
And
And then
I'm sitting there thinking, that looks really crisp. Like, his resin looks a little different. And then I see 30K flash, and immediately, oh, this is
I
so
hate this model.
terrible.
It took me 10 more seconds to realize it was saying Horus Heresy in the corner.
yeah, Adam turned from like yay to boo.
I really did.
And those wings are so stupid big. Okay, all right, moving on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all right, that was a really awesome opinion. Anyways, so we once again. Oh yeah, I was pretty twisted at that point by the end of the games, and Tucker browbeated me into packing up terrain and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to do it in the mornings. I knew I'd be up at 5:45 in the morning again.
So did you not have enough to do this morning then, or what?
Yeah, I sat there for like an hour.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it gave
great.
us a chance to help you.
No, it's fine.
pull stuff
Not
It's
together.
all of
fine.
us have your nervous energy.
Yeah,
Okay.
not all of us wake up. That
It was
early.
good. It was good to do. I'm glad we did that. Thank you, Tucker. And we got it loaded up really quick. So we had like
He
an
was really
hour or
proud
so to
about
just sit, relax, and watch, and sit on the deck and chat and reminisce,
Yeah.
and eat snacks.
Make sure we got out on time.
Well, yeah, got out in time, and I was worried that everybody was going to rush out. So like around 9 a.m., like 8:45, I drank. I had a drink with Mark.
Yeah.
I can't leave. I've been
Yeah.
drinking.
You
Sorry.
looked over at me while you're holding the cup, and you were like,
We're not leaving. Look,
Yeah.
look.
we're here till 10.
Ooh, Jason.
And then you started playing Never Ending Story on the speaker
Yeah.
super loud.
Oh yeah, that's right
Myself
down the
that.
hill.
It
Yeah.
wasn't quiet time anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Quiet time after 10 p.m.
Never-ending story.
Oh.
Ah.
Also, let them
Just like
call
your earlier
someone
titles.
to complain. No one will believe them.
Yeah, they were playing Never-ending Story. Sure, they were.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
okay.
she'll believe them because she has a video camera out there. And she saw the things coming in and going out, and the people. She's like, "Oh, these guys are a bunch of freaking nerds." She
Well, they-
likes us.
They kept
she-
sending people, like, people kept showing up. I'm like,
Yeah, people are
what?
showing up to pick up
Yeah.
jet skis and
Oh, they
Hey,
were
when they're
coming
gonna
to
play
make
40K?
sure.
yeah, it was interesting.
Hey, children.
Do you know what dry brushing is? Come on.
UPS man showed up, drove up that UPS man drove up that
Yeah,
driveway.
that was
I was
impressive.
shocked
That was
that he drove
impressive.
up that highway.
You bought
Or
it
that-
out.
Dude, he came up there and he dropped off your
Your party
same
stuff.
vagina forever banner.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Good thing
And the
this has got the
balloons. And the balloons.
explosives.
Oh yeah, the balloons. Well, you guys
Game
gave me
over,
that
man.
banner, so I already said I'm gonna
Gamer.
commit to the bit and hang it up somewhere in the house, but not tell anyone.
She'll just put it in the Do you have a shed? Put it in the shed or the
No,
garage.
I was gonna put it in one of the guest rooms.
You
that
know
we
what?
Never really go
Actually,
in.
I
So,
That would work really well in the anime room because you think about
Yeah.
Yep.
like basically saying almost like a virgin forever, but not
well, hold on. You while we were playing our game, you started talking about an anime that I thought was just an internet joke, and now I have to watch it.
Oh yeah, Girls in Panza.
I had no idea that was a real thing. I thought that was an internet
Yeah.
meme. So
It's literally
thanks for that.
a bunch of school-age girls learning to drive tanks and fighting competitions. It's like the anime that was made for John.
Well, why are they driving? It doesn't make any sense.
They
not
explained
supposed
at the
to.
beginning
It's
the
not
fact that
supposed to.
it helps develop ladylike.
It doesn't make any
important-
sense. None
makes
of it
them
makes any
prepared
sense.
for being good wives and mothers and all this kind of
Terrible.
I don't even.
It's you like the,
Things. It's a very sweet anime. It's very nice.
it's a wholesome tank combat is
Yeah,
what you're
it's
saying.
a wholesome tank combat. It's a bunch of girls who are putting their best foot forward and driving
I think
these
the
tanks.
leopards are the ones that are going to have wholesome.
No, those are the T-55s that are facing the leopards. Yeah.
Okay, you lost me. All
All
right,
right, let's turret this conversation around.
Oh God.
What, did I tread wrongly
Yeah,
somewhere?
we're treading on thin
Pretty good.
ice.
Yeah.
We have dice here.
You have dice?
Oh,
Start
yeah,
doing
I
that?
have to throw them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
3, 2,
Why?
Only the ones that hit me rolled ones.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't know why it does that.
It's a 4. Okay.
All right. Well, I had a lovely time. Mike, thank you so much for driving all the way out here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. I think was I invited or
Yeah.
did I just invite myself?
You were
You're
invited.
invited.
Okay, I wasn't sure. But anyways, yeah, thank you for having me.
I love it when you come out to see us. It's a lot to drive that far just to play some Warhammer and maybe not even play some Warhammer and just
And then have your
be
librarian
around
kidnapped.
Warhammer.
Yeah. Well, I got to stop losing models to Jason.
That's
Actually,
not going to
that's-
happen.
But yeah, no, actually, I just like traveling in general. The thing is, it's gotten more and more expensive lately, and we just been
Yeah, so
hit by a lot of
pricey.
financial things. So it was nice, and even me, there was a part of me that wanted to bail early today and just take off because
Yeah, you always do.
yeah, I like that's just like I get to a certain point and my psychology is just like, no, I want to be kind of alone and go see the fam and stuff. But like Lisa's like, you hardly ever see them. Don't rush home. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
She has to
Stick around.
shoo out everybody from the sex party anyways.
Yeah, well, that's
some
fine.
of them are still unconscious in the basement.
We always that's the relationship. I always knew I wasn't going to be able to fulfill her.
Musicians.
Jason, thank you for flying out here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was nice.
I don't, you told me about it, or whoever the hell told me, but I was just like,
I think you were
Hey.
just invited like everybody else.
oh, yeah, no, I was just like, oh, cool, I get to go to New York.
Yeah.
Because I was going to come up here this summer, and I was trying to schedule that, and they're like, oh, we're doing this in September. I'm like, close enough to summer.
Yeah, and it's nice and cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, this is nice weather we've been having.
Yeah,
Oh,
it hasn't
goodness.
been 103 for the last 8 months.
And
here.
we didn't get any rain either or anything like that.
Yeah.
No,
It was
it
the
was-
perfect weekend.
Yeah,
Honestly, just a perfect weekend for
it was like
this sort of thing.
54 this morning. Whenever I
Yeah.
got up, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Did you
missed
find
this.
it too cold sleeping in that room? Because I
No.
had one of the windows open because I felt it. I like it cold.
Yeah,
honestly.
I prefer sleeping in the cold. It's easier.
Yeah, the hike yesterday was perfect. I don't know how John left his jacket on the
I had all right, so
Still
When-
softener.
when I used to
Wow.
when I was hiking before I broke my foot, I stupidly, and I don't know why I did this, I would wear a t-shirt and then I would wear like just one of my dress shirts because that's just what I always wear. So I just hike up these mountains wearing, basically semi-formal, let's go. And
There might be an administrative emergency at the top.
yeah, there might be.
Yeah.
And you're always on, so it's just whatever. But I wore my hoodie the entire way up the mountain yesterday, and I kept thinking maybe it'll like warm up. I was cold the entire time. I was like,
How are you cold?
I don't know. I'm just a chill dude.
So anyway,
Here's the
Yeah.
question: did I commit to that wearing that sweater the entire time, just so I could come here
Just out of spite.
and make that pun?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait a second. Why do you have your work clothes back on? By the way,
I don't.
it's probably all he owns.
Yeah, pretty much.
he was coming in a suit and tie. I had to
Yeah.
tell him to take the fucking tie off.
The problem is that I've lost weight, so all of my clothes that were like just work on the house or hang out clothes are out far too large for me.
No, that's my favorite though.
He has
That's-
to tie
That's
his
that's a good thing.
Remember my buddy
Congratulations.
Pat gave me those 5X Troy DPW shirts. I still wear those around the house when I'm painting. They go to my knees. I'll go out and get the mail in those. It's no big deal.
I love Pat, but he needs to.
I'm assuming
He's a
you're
big
wearing
boy.
pants.
You can assume whatever you
Yeah.
like.
You're correct.
It's Winnie the Poohing.
It's what are you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I think
That's you walk around Porky Pig style.
I think wasn't that the birthday card we gave him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And take a walk to the poop deck. Well, thanks again, guys, for being on. Appreciate it.
And I just want to say thank you, Adam, for planning all of this. For the last few months, I'd see every so often in the Discord, because I wasn't allowed all the channels, but I could see some of them.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, man, he is rocking this planning. And, it means a lot to me. And if, Mike, I know you drove a long way here to come to this, and I really appreciate it, man.
Oh, it's good.
Jason, I know you just flew in, so that's why your arms were sore the other day. But I just want to say thank you very much for.
He was flying.
Yeah.
That was the pun.
Wait,
Yeah, no.
wait.
Or the
Oh,
pun.
he was flapping
Yeah.
his arms. That's why they're tired.
Yeah,
I
there we
get
go.
it.
He was in the middle of a heartfelt moment. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay.
was he?
No, it's
Okay,
fine.
sorry.
Oh, those make me uncomfortable.
It's all right.
Well, anyways.
So I just wanted to say thank you very much again. And, I also just wanted to thank Mark, Tucker, Brandon. I almost just said to thank you guys again. Curtis, you get one. Joseph, Francis, Kendrick, Dave, Eric, Antonio, and I know Jared couldn't make it because he was sick.
Oh, man.
Especially poor Jared.
Yeah,
But
poor dude.
Jared, thank you for getting everything ready, and then
I don't know if he might have even bought all those. What was he was getting lunch meat and
Oh, the sliders?
no, he was doing sandwiches for lunch on Saturday.
Which is partially why I have 9 loaves of bread.
Loaves of bread.
That
Those
no
need to
one
go in the
touched.
freezer. And he
Yeah.
was also doing bagels and schmear.
Oh, okay.
He might have decided to pick those up the day before, so hopefully he didn't do all that.
Yeah, hopefully to do that, yeah.
But it's when people talk about Warhammer and being a nerd, you have amazing friends like this, and you get to go do a fantastic stuff, and have awesome geeky bachelor parties and awesome times. So thank you guys again.
Oh, absolutely, John. All right, everybody. We're going to close out the show here, and we'll be back next month with a regular topic. But Jason and I deserve a little bit of time off, but we'll definitely be back early in October.
So make sure you join the Discord so you can come on and wish John all the best in his new venture as being a married man. But you can also come in and wish Adam a belated happy birthday because today's his birthday.
His birthday.
He's turning at the marvelous age of 35 and not a day older.
Yeah.
Find a fire, dying.
People born in the 70s. Anyways, happy birthday, sweetie.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
All right.
Oh, we didn't do the... Well,
No, we
that's
did
fine.
that.
We
Play
did,
the
it's
game
fine.
the way you want to.
Yeah.
And done.
Nailed it.
Landed the plane.
We'd love it if you could give us a positive rating and review on iTunes.
If you'd like to keep in contact with us, you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Masters of the Forge.
And you can follow our hobby progress on Instagram with the hashtag Masters of the Forge.
If you'd like to engage with us directly, you can always join our Discord server.
To do so, or if you have any questions, topic suggestions, or if you'd like to advertise your creative hobby endeavor,
Contact us at mastersoftheforge@gmail.com.
please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/Masters of the Forge. Thanks.
This podcast is protected by the Creative Commons Attribution, No Derivatives, Non-Commercial International License. More information about this license and contact information if you have any requests can be found at our blog, mastersoftheforge.com.
such a good feeling to play games your way. It's such a happy feeling, 40K'ing away. And when you throw dice with story in mind, it's such a wonderful way to unwind. It's a good feeling, a very good feeling, the feeling you know that we'll be back when the fortnight's new, and we'll have new ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. We will too.